And good morning and welcome to Prescott, Arizona and the Prescott Veterans Day Parade, the annual Veterans Day Parade. I'm Marty Myers along with
Peter Iannone.
Peter, thanks for being with us. We have Peter again joining us for the parade broadcast, and we're broadcasting on kyca.info, on KYCA's Facebook page. We're also broadcasting live on the City of Prescott website and the City of Prescott Facebook page. And we want to tell you that today's sponsors for the parade and all through the Christmas season.
Yeah, we've got Yavapai County Food Bank,
Yavapai Exceptional Industries,
Greenlee Designer Surfaces,
Pralines of Prescott,
Spirit West Certified Planning,
and the parade also brought to you by Roxy Web Financial,
and Prescott True Value,
Lamerson's Jewelry,
Blind Brothers of Arizona,
and Weichert Realtors CLA. And we thank you for joining us for the parade. We're getting ready to start the ceremony for the parade, which precedes the parade. Starts here in just a few seconds. And we'll go live to that now.
City of Prescott Veterans Day Parade. And I would like to start off by saying that this parade is the largest parade, Veterans Day Parade, in the state of Arizona. We have over 115 entries this year. Phoenix had 93. This parade is brought to you by the City of Prescott, the Northern Arizona VA Healthcare System, APS, and various other community sponsors. As we do every year on this day, we gather to pay honor and tribute to the brave men and women who selflessly served our nation in its armed forces. While we celebrate all veterans, each year we select a special group of veterans to highlight. This year, we have chosen to honor our Desert Storm, Operation Iraqi Freedom, and Operation Enduring Freedom veterans as a new generation of warriors. Like those before them, these brave men and women have fought on foreign soil in the Middle East, fighting an increased presence of global terrorism that for many still continue to fight for inner peace and mental health relief. I would like to take a moment to recognize a distinguished guest in the seating area across from us. Colonel Davis, if you could please rise and step forward. Colonel Davis is the commanding officer of the ROTC Air Force cadets that have been pulling the 24-hour guard on the Veterans Memorial on the west side of the Yavapai County Courthouse Plaza. I was informed yesterday that these cadets entered a competition that involves all ROTC high school and college that is held at the Air Force Academy in Colorado Springs, and Detachment 028 from Embry-Riddle here in Prescott, Arizona, Air Force ROTC is the national champion. Congratulations, sir. You should be very proud. At this time, it is my distinguished pleasure to introduce to you our Master of Ceremonies for today, Mr. Stan Goligoski. Stan is a lifelong Prescott resident, current Vice Chair of the Prescott Unified School District Governing Board, and U.S. Army veteran with rotations in Iraq and Afghanistan. Stan has served as an instructor at the U.S. Military Academy at West Point, as aide-de-camp to the 101st Airborne Division Commanding General, and as former executive director of the Yavapai County Superintendent of Schools. Stan also served with me, another veteran, on the Mayor's Commission of Veteran Initiatives. Please welcome Mr. Stan Goligoski.
Thanks, Michelle, for those kind words. We're going to raise this. Ladies and gentlemen, I ask that you all stand and remove your hats for the posting of the national colors, the Pledge of Allegiance, and the singing of our national anthem. Presenting our colors today are the Fort Whipple Territory Troopers. The Fort Whipple Territory Troopers represent the 8th Infantry of the United States Army that were stationed at the operating outpost of Fort Whipple during the Apache Wars of 1874 through the 1880s. Territory Troopers, please post the colors. To lead us in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance is United States Army veteran, Mr. Patrick Kirkendall. Pat served in the Army and Army Reserves for 18 years and deployed during Desert Storm. Pat also serves as chairman of the City of Prescott Mayor's Commission on Veterans Initiatives.
Good morning. And before we say the Pledge of Allegiance, I think I can speak on behalf of all of our veterans. We need to thank our first responders, because none of us would have left our great country here if our families were not safe and sound. So to all of our first responders, thanks for your support for all of us veterans. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
And now, please join us in the singing of our national anthem, sung today by Prescott native, Miss Anna Nava.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you. You may be seated. At this time, it's my pleasure to introduce to you the Mayor of the City of Prescott and Vietnam veteran, Mr. Phil Good, for his opening remarks. Mayor Good served with the 101st Airborne Division and received the Bronze Star, Air Medal, Combat Infantry Badge, Vietnam Cross for Gallantry with Palm, and the Vietnam Campaign Medal with 2 Bronze Stars. Welcome, Mayor Good.
Well, I'm not as tall as Stan, but I'm taller than Anna. Wasn't that a wonderful rendition of our national anthem? To do that a cappella is just remarkable, but then I think that just reflects this remarkable city that we have. As Stan said, I am a U.S. Army Vietnam combat veteran, and it's with great pride that I address you this morning. I'd like to start by recognizing all of the many veterans that we have in attendance today. You may be aware that the city of Prescott is arguably one of the highest percentage of veterans of any city in the United States. So if you are a veteran and you can stand or wave your hand, do that right now and then look around and see how many veterans that we have in attendance. Thank you sincerely for your service to our nation. Veterans Day originated as Armistice Day in 1918, which celebrated the end of the War to End All Wars, World War I. Unfortunately, that label turned out to be far from true. A generation later, in 1941, we experienced World War II, and then just 5 years later, the Korean War began. Then the Vietnam War followed and lasted nearly 20 years. The Gulf War began in Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, and Iraq in 1990, and then shortly thereafter 9/11 occurred with a global war on terrorism soon following, primarily enveloping Iraq and Afghanistan and lasting for nearly 20 years as well. It's certainly clear that nearly every generation finds itself engaged in military conflicts whenever nations impose or choose to impose their will on other peoples of the world that they perceive as weak and vulnerable. Our nation and our allies can only maintain peace by being strong and capable of applying that strength. Today we celebrate our many veterans that have endured and sacrificed to achieve and maintain peace. But eternal vigilance and a new generation's willingness to sacrifice some of their comforts and time to make sure our future is equally protected is essential. Also today, we're recognizing and honoring a new generation of veterans who have recently made such sacrifices. These brave men and women volunteered to put themselves in harm's way for all of us. Specifically today, we honor the Gulf War veterans from Desert Storm and the Iraq War veterans from Operations Iraqi Freedom and Enduring Freedom. I know we have some of this new generation of veteran warriors here today. Would you please stand and be recognized, wave your hands so that we can see this new generation of veterans. I want to thank you again for attending and enjoying the biggest and best Veterans Day parade in all of Arizona. And why is that? It's because this city truly appreciates veterans. They honor them, and we acknowledge them sincerely, and that's so important to all of our veterans who have served, and I think that makes us such an attractive place to live and to reside, and I couldn't be prouder to be the mayor of this great city. So thank you all, and enjoy the parade.
Thank you, Mayor. Our next speaker is Mr. Steve Sample, Executive Director for the Northern Arizona Veterans Administration Healthcare System. Mr. Sample is a 23-year veteran of the United States Air Force. He flew combat missions during Operation Desert Storm and is a graduate of the Air War College and Air Command and Staff College. Colonel Sample.
All right, thank you. Thank you for that generous and kind introduction. Good morning and welcome to today's ceremony. Before I begin, let me also acknowledge with us today Congressman Eli Crane and Mayor Phil Good. But most importantly, all of our veterans in attendance today. This day is about you, what you have done for our nation, and how well you did it. So welcome, and welcome to your families and friends as well. Our nation's veterans, men and women who have worn our country's uniform, fought and served to make our freedoms, the way of life, possible. And for that, we have an obligation to them. It is our job, our responsibility to serve veterans, their families, caregivers, survivors, as well as they have served us, as well as they have served our country, not just on Veterans Day, but every day. We often thank our veterans for their service, which we should do each and every day, but on behalf of your Northern Arizona VA, and as an Air Force veteran myself, I want to thank you, the Prescott community, for your continued support of veterans and our military. Today we remember all veterans. They donned their uniforms and laid their lives on the line for each of us, to allow us to have the opportunity to enjoy the blessings of freedom. Soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marine, Coast Guardsmen, who stepped forward and answered the call of arms. Today is certainly a special day for us in the Department of Veteran Affairs. Our nearly 1,500 employees at our Northern Arizona VA are dedicated to the care and well-being of the men and women who have served our great nation. Our staff is here for you, whether it's for enrollment, eligibility, new federal benefits from the PACT Act, it's worth a phone call, or just stop by. As a matter of fact, close to a third of my staff here at the VA are veterans themselves. The theme for this year's parade is honoring our Desert Storm and Iraqi Freedom Operation Enduring Freedom veterans, a new generation of warriors. This is important to us as this generation now makes up the largest number of living veterans in the U.S. We want to ensure we meet the healthcare needs of the modern warrior by providing the services they both require and deserve. Veterans Day is about remembering and recognizing the service, sacrifices, and selflessness of our nation's veterans. By fighting our nation's wars and defending all of us during periods of peace between wars, veterans have protected our way of life and the freedom we all enjoy. To our veterans in attendance today, thank you. Thank you for your service. It is a privilege to serve as your VA Medical Center Director. Again, thank you to our wonderful Prescott community for our coming out here today to show your support for our nation's veterans. And may God bless all veterans, their families, caregivers, and survivors, and may He continue to bless our great country.
Thank you, sir. It's truly an honor to introduce our keynote speaker of the day. Born and raised in Arizona, Eli Crane has the privilege of serving as the U.S. Representative for Arizona's 2nd Congressional District. A week after the September 11th attacks, Representative Crane left college during his senior year at the University of Arizona to enlist in the United States Navy. During his 13 years in military service, he participated in 5 wartime deployments, serving 3 with SEAL Team 3. In 2012, Representative Crane and his wife, Jen, co-founded a veteran-owned and operated small business that manufactures bottle openers made from a shell casing. A venture that started in their garage. The business eventually grew to employ dozens and led to a successfully negotiated deal that was televised nationally. They sold the company in 2022. Eli and Jen live in Arizona with their 2 daughters, Mackenzie and Kennedy.
Thank you guys for coming out today. It's an honor to be here. I promise to keep it short. I know you guys like hearing politicians talk about as much as I do. My staff told me, they said, hey, if you can make it up those stairs without tripping and falling, you're off to a great start. So let's go, Brandon, baby. Of all the my district is the largest district in Arizona. It's bigger than the state of Georgia, and because of what the welcoming and the patriotism and the hospitality that Prescott has always shown us, we decided to be here with you guys today. We love this community. We love our veterans, and I'm just so grateful to be a part of this proud fraternity, and I hope that the next generations continue to step up and step up and step up to serve, because evil does and will continue to triumph unless good men and women step up. It's one of the reasons I took the fight to Washington, D.C. I can tell you I'm not the most popular guy in Washington, D.C., but that's quite all right with me. I love you guys. We've been in D.C. for 7 weeks in a row now. It's been brutal. I'm going back on Monday morning, and then we'll get 1 week back in Arizona. But it's an honor to be up there serving and representing on your behalf. We try really hard to listen to you guys and represent you well. And you won't be surprised to hear that often what you're telling us is and what you want is in complete opposition to what the shareholders and the elites in D.C. want. Yeah, we tend to side with you guys. So I am on the Veterans Affairs Committee. We have brought the chairman of Veterans Affairs out here already. We will continue to work on veteran issues and every other issue that is impacting your life. I hope you guys like the new Speaker Mike Johnson, that we were able to get for you. He's got a tough road ahead, I'll be honest. We don't have a very conservative conference at all, but one of the cool things about the veteran issue is it's one of the few areas that both Democrats and Republicans unite around, and that does give me a little hope because there's not much that we are able to unite on anymore. But God bless you guys. I'm about to go jump in a Jeep and drive this parade route. I'll be throwing candy out, at least the candy that I don't eat myself. But God bless you. I appreciate the opportunity to be here. Thank you.
Thanks, Eli, and thanks for continuing to fight for our country. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes our opening ceremony for the 2023 Veterans Day Parade. I'd like to take this time to thank our sponsors of the parade: APS, Fan Contracting, Summit 4x4 Company, Safeway, the Northern Arizona VA Healthcare System, and the City of Prescott. It's been an honor to serve as your Master of Ceremonies, and I hope that you enjoy the parade. It will begin shortly.
Okay, and welcome back to our broadcast here at The Veterans Day Parade, the 2023 Veterans Day Parade, live from Prescott, Arizona. We're glad you're with us. We just concluded the opening ceremony for the Veterans Day Parade. Myself, Marty Myers, and
Peter Iannone.
Peter Iannone is with me today with us, and we're going to start our parade here about 11 o'clock, so we're going to take a short little break. We'd like to tell you who's sponsoring the parade broadcast today. Our KYCA sponsors include Yavapai County Food Bank,
And Yavapai Exceptional Industries.
and Greenlee Design Services.
Pralines of Prescott.
Spirit West Certified Planning.
Roxy Web Financial.
Also sponsored by Prescott True Value.
Emerson Jewelry.
Blind Brothers Arizona.
And White Realers CLA.
All right, that's great. Well, thank you to those sponsors. They'll be sponsoring us all the way through the holiday season, which is wonderful. And again, we're going to start the parade here right at about 11 o'clock. And our temperature right now here in Prescott, you can see everybody in the crowd is kind of bundled up. It's still in the upper 50s right now. We're looking to hit 63 degrees for a high in Prescott today. A wonderful day to have this Veterans Day Parade here in Prescott. And by the way, this is the largest Veterans Day Parade in Arizona, with over near 120 entrants this year. And as by comparison, down in Phoenix, they had about 90 something.
Yeah, not enough.
Not so many. So really a great supportive community of our veterans. It's an honor to broadcast this Veterans Day Parade to you all, and we thank you for joining us. And again, we'll start the parade here at about 11 o'clock. And welcome to the 2023 Veterans Day Parade live from Prescott, Arizona. I'm Marty Myers.
And I'm Peter Iannone.
And thank you, Peter, for being with us today. We're happy to bring you the Veterans Day Parade here in Prescott, Arizona. About 58 degrees right now as we start the parade. This year's parade is led by 4 of Prescott Police Department's finest, 3 of whom are veterans. Sergeant Nathan Bardo, United States Army, Sergeant Mark Parker, United States Air Force, and Officer Daniel Barton, United States Marines. Thank you for your service to the nation and continued service to the city of Prescott. Okay, you can see them there on the screen.
Good-looking bikes too. It's not like the Harleys of the old days, is it? That's a BMW right there. And right behind them is the American Legion Post.
All right, and so you can see the policemen here on the motorcycles. They are ready to go. And we are going to have them be followed up by
the American Legion Post 6. This award-winning group has been serving North Central Arizona for more than 28 years. Their primary duty is to provide military honors for deceased veterans. In that time, they have served more than 5,000 veterans. They have provided a military presence at fundraisers and rallies for many community groups. Marching with the Honor Guard and carrying the flags for all military branches is Boy Scout Troop 7007.
All right. You can see a beautiful day, a beautiful crowd here in historic downtown Prescott, right across from the Yavapai County Courthouse Plaza, on the plaza. And we have next our entry number 2, Boy Scout Troop 7007 and American Legion Riders. Steeped in service and outdoor adventure, Troop 7007 is the largest troop in northern Arizona. Since its beginning, troop has had 59 scouts achieve the prestigious rank of Eagle Scout.
Impressive.
Absolutely. Okay.
And then carrying the largest flag, largest flag I've seen here is Prescott High School Air Force ROTC. They strive to build better citizens. The cadets perform over 5,000 community service hours each year. In 2023, they received their 16th consecutive Distinguished Unit Award from the Air Force. They are recognized as one of the top units in the country.
Very good. Here are people that are stepping up.
That's right. Look at the size of this flag.
Carrying the American flag.
Wow.
Again, the Prescott High School Air Force Junior ROTC members. And with the wind, a little bit of wind here today, so that's not the easiest job in the world, it looks like, but they're doing a fine job. Okay, and our next entrant is number 4, Lamb Chevrolet Cadillac. And they're proud to honor the veterans of each branch of the U.S. military as well as the POW and MIA. Carrying their 30 by 50 American flag is the Prescott High School Air Force Junior ROTC, which we saw just go by. And again, Lamb Chevrolet and Cadillac.
WMIA. Carrying their 30 by 50 American flag is the Prescott High School Air Force.
And of course, you can see the on the parade route, as we look down the parade route, you can see these vehicles coming up. And they're all in white and they're all filled up. It looks like we have some Chevrolet Silverados.
Yep.
A whole fleet of them, looks like.
Good looking trucks.
Sure are.
Hi, how are you?
And we have our judges. By the way, we're located just to the right of the stage here, stage right, on the street, right here on the street on the parade route. And we have the judges up on the stage as well as the announcers for the parade, the street announcers. Of course, we're doing the broadcast announcing here, so you might hear them behind us. And we'll just kind of go with that, and we'll give you the announcements as they come along and all the different entrants. And you can see Lamb Chevrolet has there's a nice fleet of trucks, probably about 8 or 10 of them.
A lot of Silverados.
Sure enough. And again, it's definitely fall here. We have some breezes, 58 degrees at parade time. You can see the trees are losing their leaves. It is definitely fall. And if you're tuning in from somewhere other than an area that has fall, kind of like in Phoenix, Arizona, it is definitely fall here, and we're enjoying it very much.
Honor and remember acknowledges the sacrifices of men and women in the United States Armed Forces.
All right, here's our grand marshal for the event. It's
Today we honor those who
we're
not
going
only
to
lost
honor
their
and
lives
remember
during
and
Desert
acknowledge the
Storm in
sacrifice of the
Iraq
men and women in the United
Afghanistan,
States Armed
but all
Forces who have
those
given their
served
lives
in
for their
these
country.
conflicts and that are
Today
no
we honor
longer
those
with us.
who not only lost their lives during Desert
Today the
Storm
flag
in
is
Iraq
carried
and
in honor of
Afghanistan,
Army Staff
but
Sergeant
also those who
Travis
served in
Zielinski
conflicts
and
and are no
Brandon
longer with us.
Zielinski, both of whom
Today the
served
flag
in
is
Iraq
carried in honor
and
of
Afghanistan.
Army Staff Sergeants Travis Zielinski, 2017, and Brendan Zielinski, 2018, both of whom served in Iraq or Afghanistan.
And we honor their service
And
for
our
sure.
6 is the American Legion Rider.
All right.
Post 6.
Right now, it's American Legion Riders, Ernest A. Love Post 6. More than 2,200 American Legion Rider chapters organized by American Legion posts and departments worldwide. They're actively supporting American Legion programs in every state and several countries overseas. The local Prescott chapter was established in 2012, and in that time, its members have raised more than $68,000. And the funds are used in veteran service and community causes. And look for these guys out in traffic, valuable members of the veterans community.
And for those of you new to the community, you hear Ernest A. Love thrown around, especially around our airport. And he was a World War I pilot that lost his life very early on in his early 20s, not unlike Frank Luke, who Luke Air Force Base is named after.
Right, and also they have recently put a bronze statue of Ernest A. Love, I believe, out at the airport.
I have not seen that yet. I'll have to check it out.
The Alliance of Therapy
All right.
Dogs serving
Next up, we have the
Yavapai
Alliance
County.
of Therapy
These
Dogs serving
come in all
Yavapai
sizes.
County.
They work with
And
the
these dogs
kiddos
come in
and
all
reading
sizes.
programs
They
in
work
our
with the
community.
kids in
Visit
reading
your
programs
loved
within our
ones in
community.
convalescent
Visit
care
your loved
and
ones in a
adult
convalescent
daycare
care and
juvenile
adult
detention
daycare.
center, too.
And also they
These dogs
check on the
pass
Juvenile
rigorous
Detention Center
testing
too.
to be
All these
certified
dogs
therapy
passed
dogs.
rigorous
They all
testing
bring
to
love
be
and joy to
a
the
certified
Quad City
therapy dog.
residents who benefit
They all bring love and
enjoy
joy to the
tail
Quad City
wagging
residents who
friends.
benefit and enjoy our tail wagging friends.
All right, bunch of nice looking dogs there. All decked out too. I could never get my dog to wear any kind of garb upon them. My dogs would never do that. They
They have
never
better
liked them.
taste and fashion than I do.
Well, I wasn't going to say anything, Pete, but you know. Okay, and then we have our next entrant. This is the first entry for Arizona Public Service. The anthem that came to define Operation Desert Storm and inspired our new generation of warriors was God Bless the USA. So from your friends at APS, know that they stand with you.
Armistice Day Proclamation. The proclamation will be read by Yavapai County Justice of the Peace, Mr. Mitch Padilla. Mitch retired after 21 years in a career in the United States Navy as a Chief Petty Officer.
This is our ceremony at 11:11.
Good morning. My my fellow American patriots. In November of 1919, President Wilson proclaimed November 11th as the first commemoration of Armistice Day with the following words: "To us in America, the reflections of Armistice Day will be filled with solemn pride in the heroism of those who died in the country's service and with gratitude for the victory, both because of the thing from which it has freed us and because of the opportunity it has given America to show her sympathy with peace and justice in the councils of nations." The original concept for the celebration was for a day observed with parades and public meetings and a brief suspension of business beginning at 11 a.m. The United States Congress officially recognized the end of World War I when it passed a concurrent resolution on June 4th, 1926, with these words: "Whereas the 11th of November, 1918 marked the cessation of the most destructive, sanguinary, and far-reaching war in human annals, and the resumption by the people of the United States of peaceful relations with other nations, which we hope may never again be severed. And whereas it is fitting that the recurring anniversary of this date should be commemorated with thanksgiving and prayer and exercises designed to perpetuate peace through goodwill and mutual understanding between nations. And whereas the legislatures of 27 of our states have already declared November 11 to be a legal holiday, therefore be it resolved by the Senate, along with the House of Representatives concurring, that the President of the United States is requested to issue a proclamation calling upon the officials to display the flag of the United States on all government buildings on November 11, and inviting the people of the United States to observe the day in schools and churches or other suitable places with appropriate ceremonies of friendly relations with all other peoples."
Okay, and that was the little service we did here for the 11th minute of the 11th hour, the 11th day of the 11th month. Yes, that's what we do that every year.
And I don't know if that was by design or by coincidence, but at 11:11, one of the Cessna 182s from my Civil Air Patrol Squadron flew overhead just as we had stopped and took that pause. So,
that was probably well timed,
I
sound
was
like.
going to say. All right.
Okay, and here again, we're going to go ahead and let you know who our entry number 8 is. You can see there, it's Arizona Public Service Company. And they're telling us that the anthem came to define Operation Desert Storm and inspired our new generation of warriors was "God Bless the USA." And from your friends at APS, know that they stand with you. God bless our veterans, their families, and God bless the USA. That's again from APS.
So APS has no electricity.
Well, you can see here that they have a nice little float going on with Operation Desert Shield, Desert Storm.
Very well camouflaged.
Yeah, all camouflaged from Iraq. And hey, there's some hay in there. See that? Yeah. So, yeah, but that's nice. The Arizona Public Service. Plug into a clean energy future.
Testing. Okay. So I'll do the last chorus. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the man who died, who gave that right to me. I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA.
All right, little impromptu singing from the people on the float who are going to be having that song playing, I believe, coming out of their float. But since it wasn't in operation, they decided to do an impromptu
I thought that
singing.
was better without music. It's just an acapella
And,
kind
of
day,
course, that
isn't it?
was Lee Greenwood. God bless the USA.
And coming down the street, it's the APS
Now
Eagle.
we've got our
Did you know
second
that
entry
Eagle
from
was chosen
APS,
as our
and
national symbol in
I just saw a
1782
huge flag.
because
Now
it
I've seen a
represents
huge
strength,
American
courage, and
eagle.
freedom.
Wow,
This
look at
eagle
that, yeah.
was
The
chosen
only
as our
eagle
national
native to
symbol in
North America.
1782 because it
Every year,
represents
APS
strength,
enters the bald
courage,
eagle in
and
the
freedom, and is the
Veterans Day
only
Parade
eagle native
as
to
it
North
symbolizes
America.
our
Every year,
heartfelt
APS
gratitude
enters
to
the
our
bald
veterans,
eagle in the Prescott
those who
Veterans
have
Day
served their
Parade as it
country with
symbolizes
strength
our
and
heartfelt
courage in
gratitude to
the
our
Navy.
veterans, to
For
those
the
who
new
have served their
generation of
country with
warriors, today
strength
the
and
Eagle
courage
honors the
in the
courage
name
and
of freedom.
Here, here.
of our
For the
Desert
new
Storm
generations of
Operation
warriors,
Iraqi Freedom
today the Eagle
Operations,
honors the courage and
Enduring
sacrifice
Freedom
of our
veterans.
Desert Storm and Operation Iraqi Freedom Operations
The eagle
Enduring
is
Freedom
very
veterans.
regal.
That is a large, large
Oh,
eagle.
yeah, that's pretty quick. I heard Benjamin Franklin.
That's got to stand
wanted it
about,
be
oh,
the
I don't know,
church.
16,
That'd be a
18
whole
feet tall.
Yeah, yeah.
Gobble, gobble.
Okay, and this is our next entry, number 10. This is the United States Veterans Initiative, U.S. Vets Prescott. Since opening in 2003, they've served over 8,600 veterans. They're excited to announce they'll be expanding their critical services to Fort Whipple VA campus. In September, they opened the Veteran Connection Hub next door to the Hacienda Inn, offering any veteran a place to come and enjoy socializing with other veterans, receive needed services, and to just relax. They'll be having an open house at the hub today. It's located at 120 North Marina Street, Suite B in Prescott, again, next to the Hacienda Inn.
Veterans Connection Hub next door to the Hacienda
So that's pretty nice.
Inn just up the street, offering any veteran a place to come and enjoy.
Okay, so you can see that
socializing with other veterans.
they've got a lot of people representing. The Veterans Hospital up here is just
They will be
incredible in
having
the
an
way they
open
take
house
care of
at
all the
hub
veterans in the
today,
community.
Located at 120 North Marina
see their big
Street,
van there.
Suite B in Prescott, and that's right
And they're
next
followed
door
by a
to
number of
Hacienda
other
Inn.
veterans
They keep getting
vehicles.
more housing for veterans. I mean, we have this homeless population.
And again, we're honored
These guys
here
are
to bring
helping
you
take care of
the parade here on KYCA, the news, 1490 and 103.5.
And here comes guys that look like a lot of that guy on the front of the courthouse.
All right, next up we have the Arizona Rough Riders Historical Association. They're a group of living historic reenactors who portray the period of 1898 during the Spanish-American War and Bucky O'Neill.
All right, way to go. I like the Rough Riders. I love their garb. Check that out. That's awesome. And then you can see they have a vehicle here, and it's coming by, and they've got this nice banner on it. You'll see it momentarily. We want to tell you that today's parade is sponsored by Yavapai County Food Bank.
And Yavapai Exceptional Industries.
All right, so we thank them for being sponsors. They're going to be sponsoring us along with other sponsors throughout the entire Christmas season with all of our different parades and whatnot. Okay, and this next entrant is Kara Wood for Yavapai County. She says, our children are our future. Educating our children to help Prescott grow while keeping its rich history and culture is essential. Kara is running for Yavapai County School Superintendent on academic excellence for all students and promoting parental rights, which is very important, of course, these days. There goes Kara Woods.
All right, now we have the Northern Arizona Chapter Military Officers Association, and they're comprised of active duty, retired, and former officers of the 8 uniformed services nationally. They're leading the organization to lobby for compensation and benefits for the military community.
And it looks like there's a few vehicles here involved.
Yeah, so in recognition, we have Vehicle 1 of Cadet Major Adam Gray.
Okay, and then you can see that vehicle going by there now. And now the next one is Vehicle 2, Cadet Major Bruce Reynolds and Cadet First Lieutenant James DeMonte, listed in the U.S. Navy.
And then I think we saw Vehicle 3 at some
that's
point.
it going by right there.
Cadet Second Lieutenant Cash Reed.
So they're giving waves to everybody on the parade route. And next up, we can see them meandering down the parade route. It's the Yavapai Sky Girl Scouts. The Yavapai Sky Girl Scouts, they want to thank our local veterans and their families for their service today and always, your sacrifices and all you've done for our country. People are really appreciative of the veterans here in Arizona, especially here in the Prescott area. Yavapai Sky Neighborhood Girl Scouts.
And for good reason.
That's right, and you can see they're carrying an American flag. And it looks like the Girl Scouts flag, too. I'm not really familiar with that one, but there they are in their They got brownies, they got regular Girl Scouts.
All sizes.
That's awesome. And thank you to the parents who support the Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts.
Yes, yes, yes.
What's your favorite?
That's a big thing in the community, and kids really remember a lot of that growing up. I was in the Cub Scouts.
Oh, my gosh.
How about you, Pete?
I was in the Civil Air Patrol. I never did Scouts.
Okay.
All right, and speaking of Scouts, we have some more Scout
All
troops,
right.
7006 and 7106 in Cub Scouts Pack 6.
They're sponsored by the American
All right, you can see them marching up the street there. They're proudly carrying their banner also, and they're all decked out in their Cub Scouts and Boy Scouts garb.
They're sponsored by American Lutheran Church. Today is a great day to be a Scout, they say, and they want to thank all of our veterans.
All right. We thank them, too, for being in the parade. It's fantastic. Okay, here is our next entrant at St. Luke's Scout Troop and Pack 10. So for 75 years, St. Luke's Episcopal Church has sponsored scouting for Prescott youth. All year round, they're camping, hiking, learning new skills, getting to be with their friends. You can stop by St. Luke's any Tuesday evening at 6:30, where you can find more information, and they're just north of the Prescott Airport off of Ruger Road. Another proud group marching in the 2023 Veterans Day Parade.
And here's another group we definitely don't want to forget. We've got the Granite Mountain Intermountain Agency Hot Shot Crew Learning and Tribute Center. And for those of you who have been here for a while, you'll remember these folks well. Earlier this year, they marked the 10th anniversary of the tragedy when 19 members of the Granite Mountain Hot Shots lost their lives battling the Yarnell Hill Fire. They have a Wildland Fire Learning Center honoring the legacy of the 19 members of the Granite Mountain Hot Shots by educating and inspiring visitors about wildland firefighting in general.
All right, there they go. Okay, and it looks like our next entrant, it looks like it's City of Prescott, proud sponsor. Extraordinary Employer Support Award they've won from the ESGR. They are proudly supports several active National Guard and Reserve personnel, as well as exceptional number of veterans. You see the mayor's up on the fire truck. There he is. Look at him.
Engine number 1.
All right.
Staple of every parade.
That's for sure. Now, they are everybody's hometown, Prescott is, and they're forever grateful to the employees who are in the service and the veterans for their service to country and community.
So thank you for your service, Steve.
Thank you, Steve.
Look at that
Prescott
Wildland
Fire
engine.
Department.
Beautiful truck.
Wow, that is one shiny truck, isn't it?
They keep those things immaculate. Makes me feel bad with my dirty Kia.
What year is that, Pete? Never mind. Hey, Pete, here's one of your favorite groups.
Yeah, this is more my speed. This is the Mile High Tractor and Engine Club sitting on some John Deeres here.
Look at that, green John Deere. And
Yeah. This was started over 25 years ago to promote antique farm equipment and a resource for antique tractor enthusiasts. They support our community, providing college scholarships, local FFA programs, and agriculture. They sponsor tractor pulls, wagon, and tractor rides while always supporting our veterans. Many of their members are actually veterans.
All right. There's all different kinds of tractors, too.
Yeah.
Too fast, too furious, and then have to get on that.
John Deere's, the Farmalls.
Is that what they call a Tokyo Drift?
I don't know yet.
Can't remember.
He's cutting some kitties out there in the middle of the street. Sure looks like fun, and they do smell like tractors, don't they?
They do.
The exhaust.
Love the smell of diesel in the morning. Smells like victory.
You're not doing that.
Hey, look, Mom, no hands. All right, there they go. And you know, International Harvesters, Allis-Chalmers, all the different types of tractors you could ever want.
Every farmer in the 1950s had one of those.
Yes, sir. Hey, again, we thank you for tuning in to the 2023 Veterans Day Parade live here from Prescott, Arizona. And we want to tell you about our KYCA sponsors that bring you the broadcast of the parade, including Greenlee Designer Services
and Pralines of Prescott.
And we appreciate their sponsoring the 2023 Veterans Day Parade. And here they come.
Here's my girls.
There they are, the Shady Ladies. It's the Prescott Regulators and their Shady Ladies. Now, they're a nonprofit organization whose mission is to preserve history in Prescott in the state of Arizona. Their fundraising efforts are focused on a scholarship fund at Yavapai College for veterans and the families who attend. Now, many of their members are esteemed veterans of the U.S. Armed Forces, and they thank and honor our new generation of warriors And they say, God bless all of you. And there they are. Hell, look out now. They're getting shady up there.
I love my shady ladies.
They don't even need music. They're
Still bad. Shady.
That's right. So then we have, and I like the street theme there too on their float. I like that. Looks just like, hey, get some ice cream there too. Oh, I guess it's not really real. Okay. All right. Well, hey, we appreciate them joining us here in the parade. They're always proud entrants in the parade. We see them every single year. And now, what do you hear? What do you hear? I'm hearing something.
I hear some bagpipes.
I think I hear bagpipes.
It's the Scottish American Military Society, and this is post 1297. They work to preserve and promote Scottish and American military customs, heritage, and history. It is primarily comprised of veterans from the United States and British Commonwealth nations who are of Scottish or Scots-Irish descent. Post 1297, it is active in fundraising and other various programs and projects to support veterans.
Yeah, check that out. And I don't know how they play those, but it's like they're taking a breath at the wrong time. But I think it fills up the bag, and then they just squeeze the bag.
Yeah, it doesn't sync up. I can never figure it out.
Scottish American Military Society, the Arizona Highlanders.
That's a nice ride, an old 1930 Ford, I believe.
That's pretty nice. Post 1297 in Prescott providing that particular ride.
Boy, you got a
I
little
think it's
time
choice,
on that
isn't
car,
it?
don't
It
you?
is.
That thing looks beautiful.
And they're still coming along here. They have a convertible. You know, there's always convertibles in parades, Pete, no matter how cold it is, how windy it is, if it's snowing, raining. They don't care. They're in convertibles. That's so you can see them, I think.
Yeah, you know, it is a little brisk and windy today, but hasn't deterred anybody from showing up. We've got a huge crowd here at the Yavapai County Courthouse Square. It's brisk, I think 58 degrees, not quite 60 yet. Leaves are starting to come down. And
it certainly is fall, and you know, the parade route runs clear around the courthouse plaza here. Okay, and this is our next entrant.
It is the Disabled American Veterans, Chapter 16 from Prescott. DAV Chapter 16 is a veterans service organization that has been a fixture in Yavapai County since 1950. November 11th is the day for recognizing those who have given themselves in service to our nation, our veterans, active duty service members, guardsmen, and reservists, dedicated to empowering veterans and their families to lead high-quality lives with respect and dignity. Two very important things. Two thrift stores, one at 400 West Gurley and the other at 730 5th Street here in Prescott.
That's right. The Disabled American Veterans. DAV, you recognize their logo there on the van. And again, that's Chapter 16 here. All right, yeah, we heard him speak a little bit earlier today. It's Eli Crane, and he's representing Arizona's 2nd Congressional District, serving all of Yavapai County, including Prescott. You know, he's a 13-year veteran of the U.S. Navy and a former Navy SEAL. Representative Crane is a proud member of the U.S. House Committee on Veterans Affairs, and he's focused on fighting for our heroes who risk their lives for the safety and prosperity of our nation. He's an American First Congressional Representative who put his life on the line to protect and defend our country. He continues to battle for Arizona by protecting the rights in the U.S. House of Representatives. Eli Crane, District 2.
All right. Now we've got the Inland Empire Military Vehicle Preservation Associates.
That's awesome. Check out
great?
that Jeep and trailer. Really nice.
They really restored that well. James A. Greenaw is driving a U.S. Army World War II ambulance that served in Europe. Its official designation was WC-54. It's a 3/4-ton ambulance manufactured by Dodge in 1944.
1944, that's a long time ago.
That was a good year.
Okay, and we got the Daughters of the American Revolution, the Yavapai chapter. They're a service organization and focused on historic preservation, unbiased educational initiatives, and non-partisan patriotic service such as supporting an active duty military personnel and veterans.
Active duty military personnel and veterans.
So there they go. They're marching happily in the 2023 Veterans Day Parade. And here is the other chapter of the Daughters of the American Revolution.
Yeah, this is the General George Crook chapter, and their motto is God, Country, and Home. They were founded in 1890 and have been serving in Prescott since 1927 with a mission to promote education, historic preservation, and patriotism. Please visit dar.org for more information.
Okay, and our next, I guess still more of them coming.
Yeah, they're still walking.
Now, see, these folks driving by, they're not in a convertible, but they're are still happily in the parade.
It's a nice hybrid ride, though.
Yes.
More information.
And you know, there's not just daughters of the American Revolution, there's sons of the American Revolution.
So here they come, and you can see the Sons of the American Revolution, this area group of men who have traced their ancestors back to the founding of our country. They go around visiting schools, and they share with children the story of our country's beginning, which they need to have for sure. And they support veterans by visiting VA hospitals and helping them research their ancestors. That's kind of neat. And then they support the junior ROTC and the ROTC and the honor the veterans who have stand to keep this country free.
All right, and right in front of us now is the C.W. Lucas Forest Escort Camp Sons of Confederate Veterans. This is a nonprofit and fraternal organization made of men related to Confederate veterans of the Civil War who are dedicated in the preservation of the history of Confederate veterans and their contributions. That made Arizona the great state that it is today.
I like that Buick GS just went by.
Isn't that nice?
Sweet.
You know, I wonder if that guy in the
All right, and then we have, oh yeah, here's some more Confederates there. Check that out.
There it went.
Here they come, and there they are. You know, I really wonder where they all got their costumes there from. The period costumes, certainly.
I bet they're homemade.
Well, I think if you had a rental business this time of year, you're probably doing pretty well.
Yeah, I bet they make their own.
Okay, here's our next entrant.
It's the Polynesian Siva. This is a fun group formed in Prescott, open to all who would like to learn dance from the islands of Samoa, Tahiti, New Zealand, and Hawaii. And they take ages 6 to 106, so all are welcome. And they practice at the Elks Theater on Sundays and Wednesdays. Check out their Facebook page for info. That's the Polynesian Siva.
That's nice. Yeah. Now, I'm not sure that belly dancing it would be something a 106-year-old would do, but as they say, 6 to 106 practice
You
this.
might break a hip.
I would think something would happen. That wouldn't be so good. But no, that's a neat thing, though.
Kind of a chilly day.
Oh, and they got hula grass skirt on their vehicle here.
Well, you know, you wouldn't want to see its bumpers or its fenders, you know, the fender skirts.
And me without my coconut unders.
You can hear them singing. They're singing as they're going down the route there.
Oh, yeah.
Community ran out of volunteers. We come to a grinding stop.
And there goes
And
Polynesian
these guys are a
Siva.
great example of this. It's the Prescott
Okay.
Blue Lions. Members meet every Wednesday to socialize.
Our next
and
group
enlist member
is the
participation in
Prescott
various
Lions,
activities in
Noon
Prescott,
Lions.
Yavapai
Members meet
County
every Wednesday
that
to
benefit
socialize and
local
enlist
charities and
member
organizations
participation in various activities in
serve
Prescott and
site
Yavapai
hearing
County.
impaired local citizens.
They benefit local
Some of the
charities and
efforts include
organizations that
newspaper
service
recycling,
sight
food
and
booths,
hearing
pancake
impaired
breakfast.
local citizens.
Fun
Some of their
activities.
efforts include newspaper recycling, food booths,
They also have
pancake
global
breakfast,
eye care
my
unit,
favorite.
Oh, right on.
with
I
us
love those,
today.
and other fun activities.
Why'd you have to say that? Now I'm getting hungry.
Well, should have ate before we came.
I had a Tic Tac.
All right,
This is the
and
citizens of Yavapai County serving the
And
citizens
this is
of
still,
Yavapai
still
County.
Noon Lions.
Prescott
yep,
Noon
Lions Club, you
Lions.
can see they have, their motto is that we serve, and then they have this huge mobile eye care
Yes.
center. They take that around the community, and in fact, they do glasses recycling too.
Yes,
I know a lot of
very
people get
important.
new glasses. What do you want to do with them? Take them right
Recycle.
over
Boy,
there
that's
to
quite
Lions.
the
That's
wrap
right.
on that RV, isn't
So
it?
the mobile eye care unit goes around to different places, and I do believe that they do eye checks and such.
Yes, they do.
They sure do. Sunrise Lions Club.
And you know what, Marty? We are only one
Boy,
quarter
we
of the
got
way
some
through the
beauties
entrance so
coming
far.
down the road right now.
Well, we are. There's near 120 entrants this year into the 2023 Veterans Day Parade. And by the way, we'd like to thank a couple of our sponsors of the parade here today.
Yeah, we've got Spirit West Certified Planning.
We thank them, and also Roxy Webb Financial. Thank you all for supporting the broadcast of this year's parade.
Roxy Webb, a great friend of ours. All right, next up, we have the Prescott Antique Auto Club, which I cannot join with my 2017 Kia. Celebrating over 50 years in Prescott, it's the oldest car club in northern Arizona. They support the VA hospital as well as scholarships to local colleges. Presently, they have over 265 members and over 400 vehicles.
And that's more than one vehicle per person.
I was going to say, that's not fair.
No.
Matt.
If they want to share their cool cars, I would love to check them out.
Now,
You
here's
know,
some
that
great
thing
looking
is so
cars.
beautiful and clean, it looks state of the art, doesn't it? Good job, guys.
Absolutely gorgeous.
All right, they're still going along here at Prescott Antique Auto Club. We've got many more vehicles. Look at an old fire truck there.
Yeah, it looks like we've got an Air Force veteran in this one.
Nice.
Served 66 to 88.
Thanks for serving there. We appreciate it, all of our veterans, and we're honored to bring you the parade today.
In the backseat, okay, he's got it.
And here's a Navy guy in an old Chevy truck. He served 68 to 99.
This is a large contingency of cool classic vehicles, trucks, cars.
Look at the grill on that
289
GMC.
Galaxy.
Is that the Scream America or what?
We've got all the service branches represented in these old cars.
That's fantastic.
52.
It says it on there, duh.
While we're watching these cool vehicles drive by, let's tell you some more about our KYCA sponsors for the 2023 Veterans Day Parade. We have Prescott True Value.
Yeah, we want to thank Lamberson's Jewelry.
We thank all of our wonderful sponsors.
Oh, here's my first car, a VW Bug.
Oh, well, Pete, that would be, that's kind of nicer than what you're driving now, I think.
I kind of wish I had it.
You know, those were fun. They were very, very fun vehicles.
Yeah, oh, air-cooled engines.
That's right.
Mine had a factory sunroof with a crank.
Oh, wow. I like those ones. Did they have like some
The
kind
rag
of a fabric
yeah,
one, too?
I didn't have that. I was too poor.
Wasted no money on paint.
Got a Marine.
Oh, nice.
here.
Super Sport
Served
Impala there.
68 to 70. Once a Marine, always a Marine.
It's all original.
Yes, sir. That's one of my favorite parts of the parade, I think, is are the classic vehicles.
Yes.
There's always antique clubs or classic auto clubs.
And the best thing is you don't need a pooper scooper behind any of them.
You don't. You sure don't. You know, unless there's a little oil leak, then you'll need some oil scoopers. No, that doesn't work.
You gonna light it up?
Okay, and here's our next group. It's the Northern Arizona All Airborne Group. All are paratroopers, men and women who were members of elite airborne units who have served in World War II, Korea, Vietnam, Grenada, the Gulf War, and the present conflicts in Iraq and Afghanistan. All branches of the military are shown here. Let's remember that freedom isn't free. Someone has paid for you and me. That's
Indeed
right.
they have. And I thank them for it.
Boy, we all thank them. That's why we're here.
You know, and as long as we're thanking people, I want to thank my dad, who's no longer with us. He was in the Air Force during Korea. And I want to thank my sister, who was also in the Air Force during the 80s, loadmaster on a C-141.
You know, God bless my father, too. He was in Korea, the Korean War also. So, okay, and here's our next entrant.
And joining us today is Inter 38, the Methodist Cruisers.
Okay, so hey, we again, thank you for joining us here for the 2023 Veterans Day Parade.
Yeah, this is the Methodist Cruiser. They are privileged to honor World War II 105 years young Staff Sergeant U.S. Army Milton Zatzek. He's a 103-year-old, or 103-year young First Lieutenant Army Air Corps Al Shaney, and 100-year young U.S. Army Private Bob Pratt. 91-year young Specialist U.S. Army Jerry Jackson, Korea, and Captain U.S. Air Force Marcy Hurlburt from the Gulf War, and Staff Sergeant Grace Cook, U.S. Army Vietnam, and Staff Sergeant U.S. Air Force Ron Mitchell, Specialist E4 U.S. Army Carl Gruen from Vietnam, and Specialist E4 Jim Myers.
There's Jim Myers going by right there.
Yep, 4 American heroes from the Greatest Generation and 5 spanning Vietnam to the Gulf War.
There's a lot of representation going on there. A lot of cool vehicles, too, go
Nice
by, as
Mustangs
usual.
rolling by.
Okay, I hear some marching. I hear some
That's got to be
cadences.
ROTC.
That's right. It's the Detachment 028 Air Force ROTC. They are an educational program designed to give men and women the opportunity to become Air Force officers while completing their degrees. The program is designed to prepare students for increasing responsibility and importance in the Air Force. And we'll see them marching down the street.
Big crowd pleaser today. Got a lot of applause from the audience.
Certainly. And they've got their colors there. United States Space Force is represented here with their flag. You know, the Space Force, they've already recruited some graduating students from Embry-Riddle.
That's right.
Up here in Prescott.
And you know, the Air Force actually just raised their enlistment age to, I believe it's now 42, to try to get some of their numbers back up. And so, yeah, it's never too late.
You don't mean that they have to wait till they're 42 to enlist? Oh, no, they go up,
up to 42.
Okay, gotcha.
That
what was
would
the
be-
age before?
I think it was like 38.
Oh,
So they raised
that's
it,
great.
yeah.
All right. And again, the performances that happen by some of the entrants as they go by, they're going right by the judges' stand here. Of course, they have different prizes for the different entrants and different types of entries here in the parade. And of course, as they go by the judges' stand, they want to put their best foot forward. And they're all in sync there, too. Some great officers one day.
They will. I feel safer already.
Well, I feel safer, but I don't think I want to cross them.
I'm feeling pretty good about
That's a great program to have in our educational areas. And one guy's carrying the number 39 there on his sleeve. That's the entrant number. Someone had to carry it. It's all people. All right, and so our next entrant is number 40, third of the way through.
Yep, it's the American Legion Post 108, and they've been serving our veterans in Prescott Valley for more than 35 years. The Legion is the largest and oldest veterans organization in the world and was formed back in 1919 after the First World War, the war to end wars, which unfortunately wasn't the case. They sponsor Legion Boys State, quarterly bingo at the VA hospital, and putting flags up on Highway 69 on important holidays. You see those all the time. We are proud to have and serve, or they are proud to have served their country for now. They can serve our community.
That's right. And you know, I drive on 69 a lot during the holidays, and I see those flags, hundreds of them, seems like. I'm not sure how many there are, but there's a ton of them.
It's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work.
Again, that goes right along with what you said earlier about volunteers.
Yep.
Okay, here we go with our next entrant in the let's see here. We've got the Post 108.
So what were you, Patty? Were you Ranchero or El Camino? I was Ranchero.
That's a little further down.
Yeah, it is okay, I see it coming. But this is the Veterans Club. It's entrant number 40, Post 108. And we have a number of vehicles in here, and the red, white, and blue patriotic trike is coming up at the end. It's veteran Mike Ciavelis. He served from 68 to 72 from American Legion Post 108 in Prescott Valley, and his wife, Frances Emma Barwood. She's former Phoenix councilwoman and vice mayor. So you can see the rest of the bikes coming up here, but the red, white, and blue trike.
There he is.
Well, there he is right on the screen there.
That reminds me of Easy Rider.
Sure does.
With an extra wheel.
His personal mission on his own dime. So far, he's brought back over.
There they are.
78.
Coming into the shot there. It's a little better shot there of them. Doing their circles and turning some donuts out there in front of the judges' stand.
Regional Transit. They've been operating for over 10
All right,
years.
we see these buses going all throughout town all day, every day.
We sure do.
This is Yavapai Regional Transit. They've been in operation for over 10 years. They're a nonprofit, tax credit authorized transit service. Their services run from Chino Valley to Prescott and on Wednesdays to Prescott Valley. They provide transportation to doctor's appointments, grocery stores, home goods, Prescott Courthouse, Yavapai College, and they go to various employment locations, and all rides are free.
Free rides.
That's nice.
Whoever turns down a free ride.
That's a price I can afford.
That's right. Yeah, well, especially with what you're driving. Yavapai Regional Transit. What an awesome group they are there. Okay, and then we have another candidate coming down, a candidate for state senate. This is Steve Zipperman. He's an Army veteran and a constitutional conservative who's running to represent you in the Arizona State Senate. You may be familiar with him by his well-attended classes on the U.S. Constitution as well as his involvement in many community issues. Steve Zipperman. And we are going now to, here's Mr. Zipperman now.
Yeah.
We had the banner about a little bit in front of him there, and sometimes that throws us for a loop, but you can see him right in the back of the pickup there. He's got a nice entourage, nice little float going on there.
Thank you.
I don't know about you. I was still thinking of those pancakes from the Lions Club.
Man, me too.
Still hungry.
Me too. Those are always good.
Right behind that is the visiting Angels.
And you know, I was going to say that see a lot of star spangling going on around here today.
Since 1998, providing families with the best possible in-home care services.
Well, then
in the
we've
Prescott
got
area, especially for our seniors and veterans.
Senior
And
Referral
help loved ones
Network.
Continue to live at home. They are ranked in the top 100
Okay.
in the nation.
Yeah, this is the
Their
Visiting
Senior Referral
Angels
Network
of
is
Northern
honoring
Arizona,
Brad Newman
and they've been
with
providing
YEI
compassionate care to families across the
11/14/23.
U.S. since
Thank you for that.
1998,
If you guys
rather.
don't know who Brad
Providing
Newman is,
families with the
he's
best
basically
possible
started
in-home
Exceptional
care services
Industries,
in the Prescott area,
and
especially
he
for our
had a
seniors
stroke,
and our
and it
veterans.
really knocked him
They help
back,
loved ones
but he's
continue to live at
fighting
home.
back, and he's
They're
back
ranked
here
in the
living
top
in
100 in the
Williams
nation.
Valley, actually.
They are a senior
Great
referral
man.
network, and they'll
Get
be
better,
honoring Brad Newman with YEI on November 14th, 2023.
All right, and right behind them is the Copper State Detachment Granite Mountain Young Marine. And this group, the Copper State Detachment
The
Marine
Copper
Corps
State
League,
Detachment
once a
of the
Marine,
Granite
always
Mountain
Marine,
Young
Semper
Marines.
Fi.
Copper State Detachment Marine Corps League, once a Marine, always a Marine. Semper
And
Fi,
you can see they
Color
have
Guard
a
marching
color
unit,
guard
Granite
also
Mountain Young
marching through
Marines,
there.
strengthening
And
the
we
lives
have
of
some
American
dignitaries
youth,
riding in the truck.
discipline, leadership,
And a number of vehicles that follow up from behind there. The Color Guard marching unit is the Granite Mountain Young Marines, strengthening the lives of American youth, discipline, leadership, and teamwork. Copper State Detachment, Granite Mountain Young Marines. And you can see that's a nice truck. You know, I've seen a lot of trikes, motorcycle trikes.
Yeah.
It's the three-wheelers. And those are the ones that have the one wheel in the front, two in the back. I've seen some trikes that have two wheels in the front, Pete, and one in the back.
Got something for everyone.
I guess so. Wonder which one's easier to ride. I couldn't tell you. But we have more
Okay, we're going to
vehicles coming by here.
And this one's got a flag for Toys for Tots, so don't forget about that program. I love that program every year. Sponsored by the U.S. Marine Corps. And go to your local stores, drop off a toy for somebody that might not have one otherwise.
All right, yeah, Toys for Tots. That's always a good deal. Because there's a lot of different charities that give to children who might not have anything for Christmas. Make sure and give to them.
I'm going to read
I
this
hear
real
more
fast
bagpipes.
So we can hear them play. It's the Scottish American Military
So then coming
Society.
up next here down the
They are
street
one
is
of
Men
Prescott
in
Valley's
Skirts.
foremost veterans organizations,
But they're proud to be in
funded by
skirts. They're called
American
kilts, of
military
course.
Indeed.
veterans with
Yeah, this
scholarships
is
on Irish
Scottish
Heritage.
American Military
They are
Society Post
50119,
1314. This post is
with
one
the
of
aim
Prescott
of
Valley's
helping other
foremost veteran organizations,
Among the
comprised of
members
mostly
is
American
Distinguished
combat
World War
veterans
II
with
Navy
Scottish or
veteran
Scotch-Irish
Colonel and
heritage.
D-Day
They are a
survivor
nonprofit
and veterans from
501c3,
almost every
or I'm
branch
sorry,
of service.
C19, with the
Scottish
aim of
American
helping other
Military
veterans.
Society. Let's hear
Among
you
their
guys.
members is a distinguished World War II Navy veteran, Jerry Welna, a D-Day survivor.
Wow.
And veterans from almost every branch of service.
A D-Day survivor.
That
That's
is impressive.
fantastic. It's not, you know, and it seems like I was just thinking about that this morning. I was watching a little show on some of the world wars and just thinking about as time goes on, less and less and less of
Yeah.
the veterans
I
from
think
the wars.
I think at one point we were losing about 300 World War II vets every day. So
Wow, and that number, of course, as that days go on, that number dwindles down. But we are just so grateful that the greatest generation served us in that way. It's fantastic.
So if you know a veteran, preserve their stories.
All right. The
Hey,
Scottish
Jason, you're here just heading it up.
American
That's
Military
nice.
Society. They've got a lot of flags on there too, Pete.
They do. I only recognize about 2 of them.
Yeah, the Arizona flag, United States flag, and then
It looks like Wales? No.
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Next is the I Care Adult
I'm not sure,
Program.
but I'm sure glad that they're doing that.
Providing planned care, supervision, and activities.
Okay, and our next entrant here is Las Fuentes
Actually,
Resort.
they didn't show up, Patty, but you know who we do have? Is we have the Las Fuentes Resort.
I see how this
Prescott's
works.
premier retirement community who have years of service and experience represented on their bus and in their building. They are once again glad to be part of this parade. Thank
I
you
still
all
never caught those
veterans
flags,
who
Pete,
work
what
and
those
fight
meant.
so hard to
Oh,
keep our
those are
country
the
are the
Navy,
four
Air Force.
services,
today
yep.
Yeah, those are for the armed
and
forces.
every day.
And coming into your screen right now on your shot is Los Fuentes Resort.
Yeah, they're Prescott's premier retirement community who have years and years of service and experience represented on their bus and in their building. They are once again glad to be a part of this parade, and they want to thank all veterans who work and fight so hard to keep our country free.
And then we have the Good Samaritan Society celebrating 101 years of care for seniors and 45 years in the Prescott community. And they're dedicated to sharing God's love through the work of health, healing, and comfort. Some of the residents who reside at their facility, one is Al Cheney, and we have Jake Hodges, Bill Moore, and Jack Blocker, following their Willow Wind van, riding in the Corvette.
That car looks
You'll
like
see
a
this,
speeding
it's
ticket
coming up.
going that fast
You
right
can't
there.
miss it.
I love that color. That is a nice ride.
There it comes. It's the Corvette. That thing is a brand new one of the latest, the newest models of Corvette. And it's looks like Bill Moore, a B-29 pilot in the 8th Army Air Corps from World War II, riding in there.
All right, we got some cheerleaders and a mascot coming up. This is the NAZ Northern Arizona Wranglers.
Yeah, football, baby.
There we go. Let's say hello to our local professional indoor football team. They continue to build something special right here in the town of Prescott Valley, including free game tickets for our veterans. They provide awesome family fun on the field and in the stands for all ages with affordable ticket prices. They're looking forward to their 4th season
All
under
right.
Les Moss.
And here we go. Republican Women of Prescott proudly saluting the veterans by donating time and money to veterans organizations in the community who support veterans. They contribute to Adapt a Platoon with money and Christmas cards that go out to deployed military, and they treat local veterans to an annual veterans luncheon every November. They're the largest Republican women's organization in Arizona, and Pete, you know they're the largest Republican women's organization in the nation, right here.
Not aware of that. That's
right
impressive.
here in Prescott.
Wow.
Very impressive. Joining them today are members of the new Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University College Republicans. Good for them. Embry-Riddle represented there.
Getting a new generation.
That's right. And then I see an eagle coming up.
Yeah, that's
there.
also part of the Republican Women of Prescott.
Yes, it is, and it's not quite as big as the other eagle we saw today, but it doesn't matter. It's still a
No less grand.
bald eagle, American eagle. And some wonderful people walking behind there, too, in support. That's awesome. Republican Women of Prescott, largest in the nation.
And I hear a dive horn. That sounds like a submarine.
That's right. It does, doesn't it? The Gudgeon Base.
Yep, and that's the Gudgeon Base USS UI Prescott Valley. Up next is the Arizona Submarine Gudgeon Base of Prescott Valley. The submarine service is called the Silent Service. The only requirement to join the American Submariners is to be successfully designated as qualified in submarines.
Now, how many people do you know are qualified in submarines?
I actually know 2.
Do you? Oh, my gosh. And how many rocket scientists do you know, Pete?
0.
Well, I know 3
Well,
of those.
you.
I
That's
know
what you
3.
tell me.
No, I'm just kidding. All right. The Gudgeon Base. That's pretty neat. It says, donate to memory of our shipmates who gave their lives in the pursuit of duties while serving their country, that their deeds and supreme sacrifice be a constant source of motivation towards greater accomplishments.
Yeah, I'm a little too claustrophobic for subservice.
You know, I think that would be a specified order people want to go into.
Yes, you have to want it, and I'm the right size for it, which is sad. At 5'6", I'm perfect for a submarine.
You certainly would be, but you said you're claustrophobic. Maybe you could have a window put in your room.
Screen window.
I don't believe it. Okay.
All right, now we've got Summit 4x4 coming.
Yeah, baby.
They're a one-stop shop, off-road shop in the Tri-City area. They've got locations both in Prescott and Prescott Valley, over 15 vehicle lifts and bays. So they got plenty of room for all your vehicles. They got state-of-the-art tooling and specialized technicians. They've got custom build, fabrication, and they also just do routine service and maintenance on all 4x4s, those UTVs that you all like, side-by-sides, light to heavy-duty trucks and fleet vehicles. So from basic services like oil changes and tire rotations, they've got you covered.
A lot of work on that one right there. Look
There's
at
tons
that
and tons of Jeeps. And, yeah, they're
so many Jeeps.
very nice ones. You know, and they've gone now to these 4 doors, and they've got the Jeep trucks.
Yeah.
There's a lot of opportunity to get a Jeep and a lot of accessories to put on it, too. Well, this next one, Pete, is another entrant
This may be my favorite group of all. It's the
Now,
Arizona All-American
really
Girl.
back, Patty. It's the
They are a youth
Arizona
development program
All-American
focusing
Girl.
on
They're a
natural
young-
beauty, poise,
they're a
public
youth
speaking,
development
and
program
personality.
focusing on
All
natural
things that,
beauty,
Marty, you
poise,
excel in, I
public
must say.
speaking, and
Well,
personality.
you know, I've got
Open the
poise,
door
but I don't
to
really
the
have
world.
beauty, natural beauty. I'm kind of lacking there.
These are this group's open to girls ages 0 through 26. I don't know if can you be age 0? I guess you can. They celebrate today's girls and tomorrow's leaders in a fun family natural program. Congrats to the 2023 Arizona State Royalty and our own National Tiny Miss.
Now, you know, you can be 0. Until you're 1, you're still 0.
Oh, I guess that's true.
But
Okay.
it's just your first year of life, so I guess that's debatable. Okay. And here comes the 2024 Prescott Frontier Days Royalty. Please welcome your Prescott Frontier Days Royalty.
We have the 2024 Miss Prescott Frontier Days.
And you can see these were the royalty that came from the, or actually coming up for the 2024 Frontier Days. This is the 2024 Miss Prescott Frontier Days, Riley Anforth, as well as the Prescott Frontier Days Junior Queen, Audrey Hankins.
Behind the beautiful girls, we have the Arizona Rangers, Lonesome Valley Company.
And yeah, marching by now, these are the Rangers.
With a rich history
Yep.
dating back to the early 1900s.
Yep, they are an all-volunteer law enforcement auxiliary with a rich history dating back to the early 1900s. They provide law enforcement support and assistance to federal, tribal, state, or local law enforcement agencies. The Rangers provide security services for community events. They support your organizations and help keep alive the history and traditions of the Old
And you know,
West.
these guys do so much service.
Very good.
Adding security and helping
And
people
looks
out
like
at
we
different
have a little
events.
gap
Thank you,
in
Arizona
our
Thank you.
coverage right here. We got another group coming up the street. In the meantime, we will tell you about our sponsors here for the 2023 Veterans Day Parade, live from Prescott, Arizona. By the way, I'm with Pete Iannone. I am Marty Myers, and we are here live in Prescott, right across from the Courthouse Plaza. Wonderful day for a parade. Everyone's donning their jackets because it's starting to warm up here a little bit as we get to the noon hour.
You know,
Some
and
of our
we had-
sponsors, go ahead.
Also, someone actually just approached me from the crowd, and I think we might have misspoke on one of the names. The 2024 Miss Prescott Frontier Days, the first name Riley.
Have you heard her
Ansforth.
song? I can't sing it.
Okay.
So I think we might have missed that one.
Yes, so.
1 million votes.
Okay, so then our KYCA sponsorships again. Yavapai County Food Bank.
Yavapai Exceptional Industries.
A lot of the people on the stage.
We also are
have
sponsored by
like very
Greenlee
good
Designer Surfaces.
Pralines of Prescott.
And those are some of our sponsors. Again, these sponsors are going to be with us all the way through the holiday season. So as we bring you the Christmas parade on December 2nd and the courthouse lighting, we'll also
She's
have them
running for
there.
the United States Senate to represent the people of
All right.
Arizona in the
Here
Washington,
is Carrie
DC.
Lake for Senate.
She's the only conservative
She's running
America
for
First candidate
United
in the
States
race,
Senate to
running
represent
against
the
two
people of
radical
Arizona
Democrats.
in
Carrie
Washington,
says,
D.C.
"Together we will take back
She is
our
the only
state,
conservative
save
America
Arizona."
First candidate in the race,
for
running
more
against two
information.
radical Democrats. Carrie
And there
says,
she
together
is. Hi,
we will
Carrie.
take back our state and save Arizona. Visit carrielake.com for more information.
And there you can see her waving to the crowd as she marches along the parade route here at the 2023 Veterans Day Parade, Carrie Lake.
And she's giving out hugs.
She's got some supporters there, and
quite
she's
the
got
entourage. Wow.
very large license plate type looking banners and posters.
And you know, those two guys don't.
I wonder if they can use those. Now she's got November 24. Is that the expiration date, or is that's actually the election date? I
It
think.
is sneaky.
Yes, but that's neat. Kind of a neat way to advertise your running for public office.
Yep. I don't know if our fans can see it, but this is the first year that Prescott Fire Department took their ladder truck and has draped a large American flag right over the intersection here and blowing in this windy
That
day.
has been visible with some shots down the parade route, but yeah, it's a big long arm. It's extended with a very large flag right down the middle. And here's our next group, the Route 66 Young Marines, strengthening the lives of America's youth by providing quality youth development programs for boys and girls ages 8 to 18 while focusing on discipline, leadership, and teamwork. Yeah, starting them young, that's a good thing. Huh? What's that I hear?
Sounds like a marching band.
And then they get home.
There it
I
is.
don't know why when they get
It's
home
the
it's so quiet.
Pride of Prescott Marching Band under the direction of Dr. Calvin Otis and the magnificent and incredible Kim Beard.
Kim Beard, magnificent and incredible. I hope that's not self-described.
Under the direction of Dr. Calvin Otis.
They're jamming though. Let's watch them jam and listen to them play.
The Pride of Prescott. Let's hear it.
And a member of their junior ROTC out front.
Rogers.
Playing a rendition of God Bless America, it sounds like.
Okay, here we have another entrance. We're up to number 70 now. Zero Res, Northern Arizona. Carpet, tile, and house cleaning provides a powerful, non-toxic deep clean without using soaps or harsh chemicals. Zero Res. Have you ever heard of Zero Res?
I
Do
have
you know
not.
that when you spell it backwards, it actually spells Zero Res.
There's a name for that, I just don't know what it is.
Yeah, it certainly is. Zero Res means zero residue. They're serving proudly the greater Prescott area. You can ask about their military discounts. Zero Res spelled backwards or forward. There you go. We just said that. Right way to clean. Northern Arizona.
I feel like it's called a palindrome. Is that what it is?
Yeah, something like that.
All right. Next up is entry 72, the Combat Veterans Motorcycle Association. They're an association of combat veterans from all branches of the United States Armed Forces who ride motorcycles as a hobby. They strive to honor the memory of those who have gone before. Their mission now is to support and defend those who have defended our country and our freedoms. Riding today are veterans from World War II, Korea, and Vietnam.
Yeah, some beefy motorcycles there, too. I'll tell you that.
Got our first air cav guy going right by.
And you know what? This couldn't happen down in Phoenix. It's a little too warm for there for all the leathers these guys are wearing.
Yes.
Riding a motorcycle. It's a perfect day to wear them heavy leathers.
It is a gorgeous day here today.
Sure is. Yep, I think we'll have to check on the temperature. I think we're in the 60s now. I bet you.
Yeah, let me look it up. I'm standing in the one little corner that has some sunlight to try to keep warm.
You are, and you're kind of hogging it from me.
Yeah,
so.
I've created a shadow over you.
We'll be in the shadows all day, so it's okay. Very good and nice and good. All right. And you can see some more supporters.
Oh, we're getting close, Marty.
59
degrees. We're almost 60.
Wow, okay. Well, it was about an hour off on that.
In case those guys get tired of pedaling.
And you can see in the background of our shot there, the beautiful Courthouse Plaza. And we're going to be lighting that up here on December 2nd, the night of, right at about 6 o'clock. I believe they're going to be having the courthouse lighting, Christmas lighting. If you've never been up in Prescott to see that, you can take that in all the way, I think, just past New Year's Day.
I think so, yeah. I forget the day they bring it down.
But there's trees all around the Courthouse Plaza, as you can see, and they're all lit up. It's just incredible, so please go and check that out.
All right, this is the Kiwanis Club of Prescott. They were founded in 1924 and have remained dedicated to improving the lives of children in our community, one child at a time. Through its annual action, the club raises over $150,000 per year and provides funding to numerous child-focused nonprofit organizations in our community, in addition to providing college scholarships directly to numerous graduating seniors every year.
Ah, beauty. GTOs. Those things will burn out, that's for sure. That's awesome. Kiwanis Club of Prescott. You know, they did more than the car clubs did.
Yes, they
did. As far
did.
as burning out on the street in front of the judges. Did the judges give extra points for how much scratch you can lay on the asphalt out here?
I think that's the principle, yeah.
If it wasn't, I'd be disappointed.
Oh, and here's some that can lay down some hoof prints, maybe.
Hey, definitely, and these are ones that definitely need pooper scoopers behind. Yeah. The Chino Valley Equestrian Park. They're inspired by the hopes and dreams of a community. They encompass the grit and spirit that makes Arizona a great equestrian state. Today, they're proud to send special thanks to all who served, all who have fought for freedom, for all who have represented the United States of America with heroic pride. Here's to our new generation of warriors. Oh, fantastic. I love these horses.
See if we can get one of them to peel out.
Yep, and I see our good friend out there, Rita. She's riding on one of her horses, part of the Chino Valley Equestrian Park. She is on KYCA PM show a couple times a month or once a month. We're happy to see her out there.
Is she the one with Horses with Heart?
I believe so. I think so.
Can't remember. Oh, here's our pooper scoopers. Let's give it to the pooper scoopers.
Here they come.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the first time we see this.
So that's great. Yeah, we haven't had too many horses out here today.
I think she's proud to be doing that job.
That'd be fun.
Okay, and for our next entrant, number 75.
Yeah, this is VA Rep, Veterans Association of Real Estate Professionals. VA Rep, or VAREP, their mission is to improve the lives of veterans through education, housing, economic development, and philanthropy.
Philanthropy is a good thing. There's a lot of people who do that. I'm kind of being held up by these scoopers up here, but that's okay. Take your time. We want to have a parade route that's free and clear of any kind of, never mind. Okay,
I'm getting flashbacks of junior high school, walking in the parade behind the horses, playing my drum.
You were the only one? You were playing your lone drum?
There's about 4 or 5 of us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That would have been kind of weird. So, yeah, and now we have another group. This is a group from Embry-Riddle University, Aeronautical University, and another ROTC. Pete, I'm going to quiz you here. What does ROTC stand for?
It is the Reserve Officer Training Corps.
Ding, ding, ding. Rod, tell him what he's won.
A new Kia.
You probably need one of those. Okay, so this is Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University, Army ROTC. They recruit and train cadets to become future Army officers in the U.S. Army, the Army Reserve or Army National Guard. And the cadets conduct realistic training and have the ability to attend Army schools such as Airborne School.
And we got a little formation in front of us here.
Now they're doing push-ups. The judges score them more points for the more push-ups they do. Could you keep up with them, you think, Pete?
Yeah, my days of push-ups are over. I think they did a total of 22 in front of us, which is exactly 22 more than I can do.
Well, and then
well done.
I noticed the guys in the back didn't do a thing. They're standing there watching. But that's okay. That's they're probably being taught and schooled on how to do push-ups.
Maybe they lost a bet. That's why they had to do theirs.
Could have been. But they're carrying the wonderful colors there as they march off.
Yes. Yeah, next up, right behind them, another student association.
You know, Marianne, I feel like I'm in
There
better
they
shape
are. It's
just
the
watching
Yavapai College Student Veterans Association, and they're providing supportive connections and promoting growth with education and future prosperity for student veterans through volunteerism and community outreach.
They do indeed. And as the ROTC marches off, we'll bring in the Yavapai College Student Veterans Association. Here they come. They have a nice little trailer, a nice float there with a lot of people in the back there. I bet you some of them are veterans.
And promoting growth with education and future prosperity.
Looks like all the branches recognized.
Sure does.
Community outreach. Yavapai College Student Veterans Association.
That is the Student Veterans Association providing supportive connections and promoting growth with education and for future prosperity for student veterans through volunteerism and community outreach.
Now this is a cool ride.
That is. That's got to be an electric vehicle, I bet you.
Probably.
Looks like a giant golf cart, doesn't it?
It does.
You could fit your whole foursome in there.
And then behind them, we've got Dr. Mary Lou Mercado driving a UTV there. She's an Associate Vice President of Health Services with Dr. Kim Moore, Chief Innovation Officer of Business and Workforce Solutions at Yavapai College, driving a Kawasaki TRX side-by-side, green with black and gray camouflage.
Driving her own, that's pretty cool.
And after that, the college EMS.
So then we've got the police from Yavapai College going by there. And then followed closely behind by the Yavapai College Emergency Medical System or Service. They get their training at Yavapai College to become an EMT or a paramedic. And with that training, they can have a challenging and rewarding career serving the public.
They are dedicated to rescuing, rehabilitating, and restoring the lives
See, now this group's more my speed. I love the horses. This is Bethany's Gate Ranch.
A GAIT.
And they're dedicated to rescuing, rehabilitating, and restoring the lives of active duty reserve, veteran military, first responders, their family members, and horses in need. Veterans from Gulf War, OEF and OIF, who are in the program are riding horses while their family members wait from the truck. And equine therapy is a real thing. It's done a lot of great things for veterans, a lot of great things for the youth in our community.
And just some towering, beautiful horses
there.
Absolutely huge.
That one looks like a Clydesdale.
Sure does. I'm not sure that it is, but it's and I'm trying to look at the flags. Look like they're showing. Those flags are the Armed Services flags. I think it shows all the different Armed Services on them particular flags. Let's talk more about our sponsors here for the KYCA broadcast of the 2023 Veterans Day Parade. We have Spirit West Certified Planning.
And we also have Roxy Webb Financial.
And we thank you for supporting the broadcast here of the 2023 Veterans Day Parade live here in Prescott. And there goes the final entourage of our last group. Coming up next is the 80th entry.
Yeah, it's Chris for Arizona. He's running for county supervisor in District 4, a longtime resident who wants to focus on growth, traffic, and water issues facing Yavapai County. Chris Kuknio is ready to go to work for the residents in District 4 of Yavapai County.
It's actually for Chris.
All right.
For County Supervisor, District 4. He's a longtime resident here, focused on growth.
Well, I don't even know if we know. Do we know that guy?
I think I heard his name tossed around
once in a while.
Yeah, pretty obscure.
I think he's kind of haunting me in my head today too on the parade route. I'm just not sure.
And he's sitting about 6 feet away from me and has no idea that I am speaking poorly of him.
Well, you know, he's definitely a good guy, and he's doing a great job here, helping out with the parade for sure.
The chassis is from an F-250.
And hey, we wanted to just tell you that we're glad you're joining us here on KYCA, on KYCA.info, and on the KYCA Facebook page. We're also broadcasting live on the City of Prescott Facebook page, as well as the City of Prescott website. And we again thank you for joining us here for the 2023 Veterans Day Parade. A wonderful day here live in Prescott, Arizona. It's great to be in Prescott.
And then another friend of ours, Quan Wen, for LD1. He's done a lot of work for us so far already. He's been our champion down at the legislature representing LD1. He has successfully fought to protect our Second Amendment rights against those that want to exploit our kids. He's continuing to push for legislation that puts those that deal in deadly fentanyl behind bars. Quan is honored to be in today's parade to thank those who fought for his freedom. In fact, he calls veterans his founding fathers.
Tell you what, he's done a great job in the legislature, and we've had him on the station many times. And great to have him, Selena Bliss, Ken Bennett, all representing the Prescott area. Fantastic.
And he's got his daughter marching with him, and she just graduated from the Naval Academy, if I'm not mistaken.
Is that Mayor Phil Good sneaking in there?
It is.
Ken Bennett.
Yep.
Oh, here he comes.
Bennett for Senate.
Yes.
Okay, and in the truck is my mom, Donna Bennett Wendorf, She was married to retired Lieutenant Colonel Charles Windorf III. He was B-52 nuclear bomber pilot. Thank you, Mom and Charles.
All right, that's Ken Bennett,
Thank you, Ken.
State Senator. Way to go, Ken. Good to see you. He wants a donut.
We don't feed our politicians.
He wanted to introduce his, he said his mother, who's in the truck there, so that was nice.
Yes, I guess he said his dad was a B-52 bomber pilot.
Yep, and you can see the mayor standing in shot there, Mayor Prescott, joining Mr. Bennett.
Oh, he took the whole box of donuts. My goodness.
Well, he has a lot of people to feed there. Oh, look at that. What's that? What bike? What's that bike
He was
called?
riding it. Yeah, it's one of the old-timey bikes with like the 4-foot front wheel and the 1-foot back wheel.
I forget what they call those.
Yeah. But he was actually riding that.
Was he really?
Yeah, earlier today on getting ready for the parade.
Holy cow, that's wild.
That gives back to our veterans.
All right, well, here they come. This is the High Desert Rough Riders. They focus on creating a horse community that gives back to the veterans. Rough Riders, they've got several events throughout the year to raise money for veterans in need. If you'd like to support them or join them, you can visit their website at highdesertroughriders.com. That's highdesertroughriders.com.
Gotta stand in line, His Honor.
Ooh, this is a loud group.
You know, this is the time in the parade where the very most important people, of course, follow the horses, as you can see. Well, as we can see, you're not going to see it, but we do.
They left some presents for us, indeed.
We don't. We do. But yes, High Desert Rough
Here
Riders.
comes their banners with all their sponsors. That's amazing.
And yes, you can see the sponsorship banner there, and watching the banner carriers avoid the street.
He almost stepped on a
bombs.
landmine. He wasn't paying attention.
That's
he
right.
almost stepped on it.
And here we go. Okay, we got those guys helping us out here on the
Got more
parade route, and then
for keeping our streets clean. That's all we need to do is step in it.
Taking their time, doing it right.
there we go. Is our next group is the Prescott Vet Center.
Yeah, they're a community-based counseling center that provides a wide range of social and psychological services, including professional readjustment counseling to eligible veterans, as well as to active duty service members, including National Guard and Reserve components and their families. Great group here. They help veterans enroll and also help them locate the services that they need.
Yes, and they need to get those services. The services that they're entitled to should be every service available because they've served our country, and
time to give some back.
Sometimes we get lost,
right.
don't we, Patty?
That's true, we sure do.
And,
The
know,
Vet
if we get
Center.
lost, these guys are going to come
It's
look
not for
us.
Corvettes,
They're
it's
the
for
Yavapai
veterans.
Posse. They've been going
What if you're a
strong
vet
for
in a
the
vet?
last 71 years.
That's right.
They work with the Yavapai
You know, I
County
had a friend who
Sheriff's
had
Office
a
to assist in
Chevette.
firearms
Remember the Chevy Chevette?
I drove a Chevy
And he
Chevette.
always said, "Let's go out and take the let's take the vet." It's like that's not a vet. Dude. And here's our next group. This is the Yavapai County Jeep Posse. They've been going strong for the last 71 years, and they work with the Yavapai County Sheriff's Office, and they assist in fire evacuations. They set up roadblocks, snow escorts, they do snow rescues, they take water to stranded motorists, and they search for missing persons and so much more. They're very active in the community and helping at a number of local events such as the Man versus Horse Race, the Parade of Light, and so much more.
Once you was lost, and with these guys, you're
Yeah,
found.
these, I'm telling you, if you're, we hear of a lot of hikers being rescued by these gentlemen,
Yes.
and they're all volunteer.
They are.
They have these vehicles themselves, and they go out and they volunteer, and they are called upon. They certainly answer the call.
But let's put these guys out of business. If you're going hiking, prepare for it.
That's right.
Bring some water. Let somebody know where you're going.
I'm sure they'd like to be out of business, not having to help people, but no, there's always people in need, and people need to be helped, and these guys step up and do it. Not many people would take on that role. So.
Yep, and you don't need a Jeep to participate. You can ride on the passenger side and handle the radios and do all kinds of other functions to help the drivers.
And just setting it all up with water and supplies, things they need to go out and rescue people.
Yep. Now we've got also in a Hummer, actually, not a Jeep, a Hummer. It's Angry Ape Off-Road, and they're providing off-road tours into the Prescott National Forest. That sounds like a fun day. They give people the opportunity to see parts of Prescott that very few experience. They've got over 6 different options. They have a tour just for you. From mild to scenic to wild, and to hang on to your shorts. They got something for everyone. Come see the best parts of Prescott. Give them a shout. They'd love to take you out. Oh, they've got some actual apes here on the back of the
oh boy,
back of their ride, and they are angry. Oh
are
my
they
gosh.
from the planet? Planet of the Apes?
That was a good show.
Thank you. I didn't make it, but anyway. Okay, here we go with the Granite Mountain Young Marines. And you know, we've had a lot of different color guards. Everyone sporting a United States flag at least. And it's good to see we have the Young Marines marching here. They are a youth organization for girls and boys ages 8 to 18, focusing on teamwork, self-discipline, and leadership, helping our youth understand the importance of self-confidence, academic achievement, honoring our veterans, good citizenship, community service, and living a healthy, drug-free life.
And Batman, holy cow, this is the last person I expected to see today.
Well,
but he's bringing smiles and joy to all individuals, young and otherwise, standing up for strong family values and patriotism for his country with his sidekick Catwoman. I thought his sidekick was Robin.
That's right. Well, I thought it was too. And I didn't know he drove a black Corvette. Okay, and here's our next group. This is the Franklin Phonetic Charter School. They've been in the Quad City area since 1996. Twirlers have been a part of the school for over 20 years. They have boys and girls from kindergarten through 8th grade. They have the only twirling team in northern Arizona. You can tell how well they're doing it there. The staff and students salute the veterans who keep our nation free. Cool, and here they go. This is the band part. It looks like the wind instruments. All right, there's the caissons marching along. They're playing.
And Marty, it is official 60 degrees
All
here
right,
downtown Prescott.
that's the way, Pete. Thanks for keeping up on that. We appreciate that a lot. Okay, we're down to our last 30 or so groups left.
Yeah. This is Finley Auto Group. They're privileged to have the opportunity to honor the bravery, dedication, and sacrifice of the women and men who have worn the cloth of this nation. Through their sacrifice and service, they have earned the title of veteran. And while today they join together to celebrate veterans, they do so with a solemn pledge to thank and honor all of them, not just today, but every day.
Good-looking Toyotas there.
I hear them coming. This is the American Legion Post 78.
Good-looking group of vehicles there for sure. Finley Auto Group.
Veterans family and the community. Their main
So, Pete, let's talk about a couple more of our sponsors for the parade today. KYCA sponsored by Prescott True Value.
Yep, and also by Lamberson's Jewelry.
Lamberson's Jewelry. Thank you for supporting the broadcast here, Veterans Day Parade.
Yep, and right in front of us now is American Legion Post 78 from Dewey Humboldt, supporting veterans, veterans' families, and the community. Their main charities are Wreaths Across America and Arizona Bird Foundation and Courage.
There they go. I love the motorcycle, the deep sounding motorcycle, and then the beep, 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 the little car behind him.
Quality pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Located at the corner.
And you can see here comes our next entrance. That's Five Star Cars out in Prescott Valley. They are a premier used car dealership in Prescott Valley. They specialize in quality pre-owned cars, trucks, SUVs, and hearing aids. No, I'm just kidding. You're going to need one after that, though. Located at the corner of Yavapai and Florentine in PV, they're honored to be joined today by customers that are honking their horn very loudly, and they're customers that are OIF and OEF veterans who would like your help in thanking them for their service. Now, I'm not sure that that's going to do. You know, the judges have ears too, so I'm pretty sure.
Glad we've got our headphones on. That's all I'm saying.
I'm afraid that the mic's kind of made it louder.
All right, rolling into the screenshot now, we've got TC Carpet Care. They're a veteran-owned and operated floor care company. They're serving the Quad City area from hardwood, tile, carpet, residential and commercial. They've got something for everything. They enjoy making your floors look brand new. They specialize in repairs and carpet stretching, guaranteeing their work 100%. Remember, if it touches your soul, follow your heart and call TC Carpet Care.
It's Follow Your Soul, SOLE. There's a lot of clever marketing going on here today. Fantastic. I'm liking it a lot. Do you know there's a new sport in the Olympics? Did you hear about that?
No.
Flag football.
Oh, my goodness.
It's going to be an Olympic sport. And it looks like right here, we have the flag football group. There's a little group and a league going on here. It's a youth sports league providing spring and fall seasons for players 4 to 15. Now, flag football is a little bit less
confrontational.
That's right, or yes, combative than it is a regular tackling football. But they'll have their first season in the spring of 2024. They're going to be playing games at Mile High Middle School. Registration is open for Quad City Flag Football. You can find them at quadcityflag.com, online, quadcityflag.com. And they love being a part of the community, and they love the veterans.
As we all do. Now we've got another marching band, or rather a high school Air Force Junior ROTC group coming by. It's the Bradshaw Mountain High School Air Force Junior ROTC Bear Battalion. JROTC provides lessons in civics, leadership, team building, and career skills. Leading the battalion is the Color Guard and Cadet Command Sergeant Major Austin Ebersole. This year's battalion commander is Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Gavin Trusty. Looks like they're reciting their creed. No push-ups from this group.
Not yet.
An impressive group of young men and women.
Bradshaw Mountain Junior
making themselves known for sure.
Representing Bradshaw Mountain High School.
The Bear Battalion. And there they go.
Up next, entry 96, Spirit of the West.
Now, see, we have some more horses coming up here, which is always a part of our parades, that's for sure. Spirit of the West Riders, it was founded by Phil Spangerberg in 1992. It's a group of horse riders who represent the American West from 1865 to 1900. The group has ridden in the Pasadena Rose Parade since 1992 and many local parades also. Spirit of the West Riders.
And another horse group right behind them. This is Foothills Ranch. They're voted number 1 in northern Arizona for guided horseback trail rides in the Bradshaw Mountains. We've got a little munchkin dog riding on an ATV in the front of the group there.
Yeah, followed by these just wonderful looking horses.
This one's kind of dancing.
He's dancing. He's proud to be in the parade, you can tell.
They're going to help us explore the rich Western history of one of the largest gold discoveries in Arizona. They're located on Highway 69. Look for the big American flag. And they want to give a big thank you to all of our veterans.
You know, if you've ever driven up from Phoenix up 69, Big Bug Creek that they're referring to, that actually crosses, or 69 crosses that several times on the way up. You might have noticed that. And, of course, when you're driving up here, you see the beautiful Bradshaw Mountains. What a great way to take a little tour on a guided horseback trail ride out there in the Bradshaws.
Look at this, a pink Mustang.
Also called ESGR.
That's nice. Pink Mustang, I'm saying it's probably about a 67, 8, something like that. It's the employer support for the Guard and Reserve, ESGR. They've been around since 1972. And they're in support of the Guard and Reserve. And they're the leading U.S. Defense Department program promoting cooperation and understanding between civilian employers and their National Guard and Reserve employees. Between the Guard and Reserve, they make up 42% of our military.
And rolling through the screen right now is the Southwest Truck and RV Group. They service anything from Kia, hey, how about that, to Kenworth, including RV maintenance and alignments.
Do you have a
Kia? I do, but it's not like a...
Does it need service?
All the time. They are located at 8626 East Long Mesa Drive in Prescott Valley. Their float is titled The Story of Freedom, featuring vets from 3 wars, Korea, Vietnam, and Desert Storm.
You know, that really sounds good right now. I'm starved.
Well, you don't got too
All
far
right,
to go.
and the next.
Culver's is
more
both
food.
Prescott and Prescott.
See, everything's making you hungry. You got the pancake breakfast, now you got Culver's. And the donuts. Ken Bennett just took those away a while ago. Okay, so Culver's in both Prescott and Prescott Valley is this group here. They're owned and operated by local families and partnering together to thank our veterans. You can stop by at either location and say hi. Say hi to them and eat some food too. I bet they'd appreciate that.
Anniversary of their annual car show.
And in this bright red Dodge Ram, we've got Cruise in for the veterans. It's interesting. This will be the 12th anniversary of their annual car show to benefit local veteran organizations.
The Cruise in for the veterans car show. Oh man, there's a nice little resto mod there coming up.
What is that? Impala.
It's a beautiful old Impala. It's fantastic.
Now
What a great
that
job.
thing's fun.
Then you got a little looks like a Cutlass there.
Yep, 442.
Convertible. Again, another convertible.
Oh, this guy's on fire and he's teasing us. You hear that?
442. That's right.
Big engine in that.
It's a purr.
Oh, wait, that sounds nice.
They're a little too close to each other to lay down any rubber.
Yeah, you don't want
right
to
now.
let it scratch right there. Cruise in for the veterans.
And you know, right behind them is the movement dance team.
Yep, so what do you think, Pete? We've seen a lot of really neat vehicles here today, for sure.
have.
My favorite was the armored vehicle.
That was pretty
In
impressive.
Yavapai County, or was that the city of Prescott? Okay, so here we go with the movement dance team.
Yeah, the 2023-24 group includes 51 dancers, ages 5 to 18. Holy cow, what was I doing when I was 5? I wasn't coordinated enough to dance, that's for sure. They're training and competing in a variety of genres. Their highly qualified and experienced instructors encourage and instill a love of dance. Check them out at the movementstudiopv.com.
All right. And here's John Guerra. He's it's a group of historic military vehicles restored and maintained by their owners, and they do that to honor our military. In the group, they have the following: the 45 Willis MB, as used in World War II, a 1953 M38A1, and a 1945 World War II era WC51.
And it's for sale. How much? 20 grand. And
one of them's got a for sale sign on the side.
Yeah, on the
And
front
he
window, yeah.
is asking for 20 grand for it.
That's nice. We hope he gets it. I hope it's sure is nicely restored, that's for sure. Okay, so the BRO's bench racing operators. Here we go, baby. This is what I'm talking about. They are got a bunch of local guys around here. They enjoy talking about cars, sharing information, and doing car events. They're here today to honor and celebrate our veterans for their service and sacrifices to provide our freedoms. And our United States of America are also here to support the great city of Prescott. Oh my goodness. All right, I'm just going to take all this in.
A lot of big V8 engines rolling by.
Man,
that is a lot of chrome on that engine.
that is sweet stuff there. I'm telling you, this is what really gets me going, are these resto mods and muscle cars.
It's not a car unless you can actually feel it inside of you.
Yes. Even the old Studebaker wagon there, that's pretty cool.
Look at this.
Old Dodge van.
Oh, an old fastback Mustang, 289 engine in it.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. Reminds me of Steve McQueen.
Do you live in your
Here's the Thunderbird.
What kind of question is that?
Was waiting for that one. Like
There's
a
an
50,
old, coming up, there's that Mustang Pete was talking about, and then we have this Ford Thunderbird.
Look at that T-bird. Isn't that beautiful?
And look,
Little
another
Ranchero.
second one today.
And we got some more car groups coming up behind them.
You know, and yeah, that's great to have the car groups. I think so many people, I mean, that's the way we get around, right? I haven't seen, we saw the one electric vehicle.
Yes, hybrid.
Yep.
This is a nice Camaro, old SS Camaro. It's Price Motor Group, veteran owned and operated. This beautifully restored 67 Chevy Camaro SS can be seen along with a wide inventory of quality cars and trucks for sale at Price Motor Group, your hometown car dealership.
How much?
Car dealership. How much is that?
Well, they're asking how much is that doggy in the window? Well, how much is that hot rod on the street?
Here's a Camaro I can afford.
Oh, it has no engine. You can tell by the way the front end's up high. It has no engine yet. But it's a beautiful shell. You know, try to find one of those.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't. So. Yeah, the crowd is awing at a doggy in the window. We're
Truly
just
a
talking
doggy in
about
the window.
Yeah, the window of a truck. He's putting his head out there and looked pretty cute. And here's
It's in the process.
more.
I wonder if I can just put that
Motor
Camaro in my
That's the
driveway
Price
to look
Motor
cool.
Group, veteran owned and operated.
And that's a nice little FJ Cruiser right there,
Yeah.
Toyota.
Yep.
And here we go with our next group. It's the Mile High Off-Road Prescott ATV Rentals. It's your reliable source to go for all of your maintenance and upgrades from trucks, 4x4s, side-by-sides, and Prescott ATV Rentals, the one and only side-by-side rental company in the Quad City area. You want to go out and rent one of those things, you go see these folks.
Those
Prescott
look fun.
ATV Rentals.
I do, but it's nothing that looks this good.
I sure like those Polarises, those Turbo R.
Yeah, those
Some
are
of them
nice.
are side by side, some of them are side by side by side by side. That means there's 4 people fit in there.
Your neighbors in the Mountain Club would hate you.
Old Jeep
Willie.
Willis,
Yeah.
They probably want to ride with you. That's right.
4-door Wrangler. You could rent all these
Next we have
vehicles.
Bruce Noyes,
It's pretty cool.
seen riding in a two-seater
All right, then we
Polaris
have our next group.
Good neighbor. See, he's got a good neighbor.
Bruce Noyes, seen riding in a 2-seater Polaris RZR Razor with a good neighbor, Scott Wilson, as his chauffeur for today. Bruce is 77 years young. He served in the U.S. Navy during the Vietnam War. We thank him for his
He said go back to
service.
98. Oh, it's Larry Jacobs driving the ESGR float. That's employer support for Guard and Reserve. They
That's it.
help get
Last one.
veterans jobs when they come out of the service, and they will let you. They took me on a ride in a.
Okay, and it looks like wrapping up the
Prescott Vet Set Corvette Club.
Corvette Club, a great way to wrap up the parade.
Yeah, it's formed by 6 Prescott women in 2000 with the purpose of enjoying their Corvettes, socializing, and donating to local nonprofits. The club has grown to over 150 members, donating over $165,000 the past few years. Approximately half of their members are military veterans.
That's nice, 150 members. That means they must have 150 Corvettes.
Wow.
$65,000.
Nice, nice, nice. Stingray.
Oh, look at the 67 right there, convertible. That is hot. All right, I want to ride, so come see us after the parade, would you? In fact, I'd like to drive that one right there. Thank you.
Good job.
They could drive us to Culver's so I get something to eat.
That's right. Well, you got C1s all the way up to C8s, it looks like, coming down the parade route. Finish it up.
Talk about some of our
And yeah, you know, they say that a lot of these Corvette owners are women and veterans.
Yes.
So that's fantastic. Some of them have historical plates on them. Some of them are new enough to not require that.
I think there's like $1 million right in front of us here.
Certainly. Well, and you know, the new Corvettes now, too, the most recent edition of the Corvette, when you buy one, you have to attend a driving school. Like a friend of my sister's bought one. She lived in Texas. They had to go to Las Vegas to the track.
Wow.
The track in Las Vegas to be shown how to drive the car. I think it's kind of a liability thing.
Yeah, it's a lot of power if you don't know what you're doing.
It is. They're basically race cars.
Light it up. Don't just play.
And we also want to thank the city of Prescott, too.
Got a license plate on the back of that Corvette that says, "For my ego."
For my ego. Well, at least he's honest, right?
Yeah.
Or she's honest. One of the two. Oh, yeah. There's just wonderful looking vehicles all through the years. It's the classic American
All these
sports car.
Corvettes,
Fantastic.
and sure
There's the
enough,
newest
there's 4
version. You'll see it here in your picture shortly.
Well, we
gorgeous.
always have our Prescott Motors open.
That's
and we
fantastic.
have them
Looking good
closed
there, everybody
for
driving
us.
Corvettes.
Love you too.
Okay, and this looks like that's the end of our parade route, our last entrant, the Prescott Vet Set Corvette Club. And boy, we thank you, and we want to tell you that all of our sponsors here today were helping us, assisting us in bringing the parade to you. And our KYCA sponsors include
Yavapai County Food Bank,
Yavapai Exceptional Industries,
Greenlee Designer Services,
Pralines of Prescott,
Spirit West Certified Planning,
Roxy Web Financial,
Prescott True Value,
also brought to you by Lamerson's Jewelry,
Blind Brothers Arizona,
and Weichert Realtors CLA.
Another great day.
You're always a great man.
We're glad that you joined us here for the 2023 Veterans Day Parade. We're proud to bring it to you here on KYCA. Thanks for tuning in on KYCA.info and our Facebook page, also on the City of Prescott website and on the City of Prescott Facebook page. Again, thank you for joining us for the 2023 Veterans Day Parade. We'll see you next year. We'll see you December 2nd for the Christmas Day Parade.
Veterans Day Parade.
Absolutely.
Let's do it again next year.